is the Mistress Carrie Situation Report for December 8th, 2023. Your daily entertainment headlines, industry info, and everything rock. New releases out today include Atreyu's The Beautiful Dark of Life, Bryan Adams releasing Live at the Royal Albert Hall, The Killers releasing Rebel Diamonds, Porcupine Tree releasing Closure Continuation Live, and Godsmack releasing the 25th anniversary of their self-titled debut on vinyl. The Malaysian government has decided against a ban on all international concerts in their country after the 1975's Matty Healy and Ross McDonald shared a kiss on stage during the Good Vibes Festival earlier this year. The confirmation comes after the Malaysian government announced that concerts must have a kill switch to cut off performances that break guidelines. At the time, the government was also debating whether international performers should be barred from performing in Malaysia. However, they've ruled that local music fans and other international artists should not be punished for one band's actions. During their set in July, Matt Healy kissed bassist Ross McDonald in front of a live crowd at the Good Vibes Festival. The remainder of the three-day festival was later canceled by authorities, and both band members were banned from performing in the country. Iron Maiden drummer Nicko McBrain says that he feared for his career after suffering a transient ischemic attack. The attack hit the 71-year-old back in January. He announced in August that he had a mini stroke 7 months prior that left him, quote, paralyzed on his right side from his shoulder on down. Saying, quote, I was very worried that my career was over. I feel it's important to let you know about this instead of earlier, as I was mainly concerned with doing my job and concentrating on getting back to 100% fitness. I'm not there yet. By the grace of God, I'm getting better and stronger as the weeks go by. Iron Maiden's Future Past tour will continue in Australia in September, with a North American leg beginning in October and November in 2024. Weird Al Yankovic didn't anticipate going viral over his recent contribution to the 2023 Spotify Wrapped campaign, saying, quote, I just did it as a goof. Weird Al making a video thanking fans for listening to his music on the streaming platform and joking that it amounted to $12 in revenue so he could go out and buy a sandwich. Blaming low-paying streaming platforms for the reason why he's not releasing full-length albums of new material. Def Leppard and Journey have announced a co-headlining 2024 tour with support from Cheap Trick, Heart, and the Steve Miller Band. The tour hits 23 cities starting July 6th in St. Louis and wraps up September 8th in Denver. The opening bands will change city to city, and that includes a date in Boston, Massachusetts at Fenway Park on August 5th. Tickets for the entire tour go on sale next Friday, December 15th at 10 a.m. through Ticketmaster. Taylor Swift has now been named Time Magazine's Person of the Year after being named one of the most powerful women in the world. She's also on her way to becoming a Forbes certified billionaire. Her Eras tour was also certified as the most successful tour in history. Famed Italian singer Andrea Bocelli abruptly canceled a show at the TD Garden in Boston on Wednesday night. His wife Veronica went on stage to apologize to the fans that were gathered in the arena for the concert. The 65-year-old vocalist said he did everything he could to perform until the very last moment before the show, but ultimately couldn't. Fans applauded in standing ovation and left the TD Garden. A statement on the venue's website said Bocelli was facing challenges, but didn't explain why. The TD Garden said ticket holders should keep their tickets for a new date that'll be announced soon. In a new interview with Spin Magazine, Godsmack drummer Shannon Larkin opened up about his sobriety, how he found his own version of a higher power, his struggles with alcohol, and how his addiction nearly resulted in him being fired from the band 3 separate times. Saying, quote, and one of my issues, which is one of my alcoholics' issues, is that when you get too drunk, you black out. I would do these crazy things and pick fights with way bigger people and all kinds of crazy stuff. Judas Priest have finally unveiled the full track list for their 19th studio album, Invincible Shield. The album, set for release on March 8th, is going to feature 11 songs with an additional 3 tracks slated for the deluxe edition of the album. It's the band's follow-up to their 2018 release, Firepower. And Kiss may have wrapped up their touring careers last weekend at Madison Square Garden on December 2nd. But their final live performance is available for streaming worldwide through January 1st on pay-per-view. The concert replay is also the only place you can watch the full reveal of Kiss being immortalized and reborn as avatars. And Guns N' Roses have released a new song today called The General, the B-side to their latest single, Perhaps, that was recorded, mixed, and mastered this summer. While the song originally dates from the band's Chinese Democracy sessions, it's now been released onto streaming platforms as a new studio track. And a new song called Deconstruction arrived digitally late last night. The song finds Cesar Guikian, president and CEO of Gibson Brands, paired with fellow Armenian Serge Tankian from System of a Down and Tony Iommi, guitarist for Black Sabbath. The song was released under the moniker Gibson Band. That's your sit rep. For more details on all of the stories, check the links in the show notes of this episode. And don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to the Mistress Carrie Podcast. New full-length episodes come out every Wednesday. Episode 183, featuring Philip J. Kriz, author of The Roadie Cartel, is available now.
Do you know someone on your holiday gift list that's looking to cut costs? Consider a Henson razor. Henson razors use quality standard blades that only cost 10 cents each. That means you'll only be spending pennies a month on blades. Compare that to multi-blade cartridges that cost 20 to 30 times more. Over a couple years, that special someone on your list will save hundreds and get a safe and smooth shaving experience along the way. To learn more and to get 100 blades for free, go to hensonshaving.com/holiday.
Permit me here and now to promise as a good comrade and a fellow artist that I will not report any of this, whatever it is, to the police.
What would you say you do here?
Abandoned Albums is a podcast that employs a deep bench of musical archivists. These determined individuals dig through the record crates of the world to find the lost music of artists. Using a patent-pending algorithm and spirited debate, we pick one album as an inroad to talk about and then reach out to the artists. We invite them into Thunderlove Studio. When we're lucky, they say yes. Abandoned Albums is a little like this.
That was TNUC by Grand Funk Railroad. And I spelled the word backward in my head, and I immediately went out and bought the record.
They're like, do you know who we are? And we were like, I mean, kind of.
Well, you're in blue. Of course we know you.
Yeah, you're blue.
Yeah, you're blue, you're mad.
Abandoned Albums isn't about the show, and it's not about the host or hosts. It's about the artist's work and making sure it remains, or in some cases, lands on, the cultural radar. It's why Abandoned Albums is the only music podcast that matters.
Wow, that was really, really enjoyable. Thanks, fellas.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it.
Thank you both.
Yeah, all right, cool.
Abandoned Albums is a proud member of the Pantheon Podcast Network.